the official manufacturing PMI coming in contraction, less than expected, and we're waiting on, in about 10 minutes, the reading for the private sector. Can you give us an expectation of what you're looking at?
Well, for the services sector, the rebound was quite significant in July comparing to June and May, but industrial activities certainly have slowed, and that has reflected a few factors. One is that overseas demand, although remain robust, has slowed from the early this year, and the global economy is under stress as major central banks start to hike rates. And for China's domestic market, the demand has been significantly slowed because of a weakened housing market. And there's a repetitive start again with COVID control. And that has put a damper on the industrial investment enthusiasm. So combine all those factors, I'm not surprised that industries are under stress, but services are ticking up.
Now, we had a meeting with the Politburo. We heard from them a couple of headlines that policymakers are willing to deal with a lower growth target for the year. So it is likely that they are going to be missing that 5.5% that they set out at the beginning of the year. Of course, for the first half of this year, we saw 2.5% growth. Talk us a little bit through about what your biggest takeaway was from that Politburo meeting.
Well, my biggest takeaway was that the central government has officially abandoned its annual growth target of 5.5. And given how weak the economy was in the second quarter, we can safely conclude that the economy can grow at most a bit more than 4%, unless there is some really strong macroeconomic stimulus. But the Politburo meeting has stated very clearly that they are not afraid of the slower growth as long as the public health is guaranteed. So they are emphasizing a few things. One is industrial activities, and another one is the stability. And translate that into economic terms, and that means creating more jobs and maintaining financial stability by containing the risk, especially with the regional banks and housing market. So I will not be surprised that in the second half of the year, there won't be excessive macroeconomic stimulus, but we can still expect more or less a loosened monetary policy.